I'm gonna put my nerd hat on here. That's transfiguration, bitch.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Welcome to Cog Talk, a podcast brought to you by Cogstop Productions, home of podcasts, tabletop, and geek talk. 12 Years Hollow, the Cog Talk theme, is written and performed by Bearghost. To listen to this track and more, check out www.facebook.com/BearGhostAttacks. Hi, welcome to another episode of Cog Talk, a Cogstop Productions podcast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Scott.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Josh.
And people are fucked up.
Yeah,
No,
very much so.
not at all.
I just had to get that out of the way up front. I had a very personal situation happen to me, and let me just say that it is a fucking awful time when a child cannot trust their parent.
It is.
Yeah.
Related subject, I was actually just looking on the smokinggun.com. Nope, I'm sorry. Correct that. Smoking Gun, still love you, but it was actually on truecrimereport.com. There was a mother who faked that her child had cancer, even to the child, just to gain money from fundraising.
That woman deserves to die a slow, painful death. Possibly a trip to Flagstaff.
Oh, great. And then now we've gotten back to Scott's dark side.
When you... This is not a revenge thing. This is a morality thing. When you lie to your 6-year-old child and tell them that they have cancer and they're going to die, and you lie to other people about this and, gain profit from it, you deserve the worst possible outcome for you. I don't care what anybody says, how dark it may seem. This person is worse than scum.
That child is never going to trust her again.
Yeah.
Well, 6, so there's time to forget.
Yeah, there's possibility there.
But the thing is that he's going to find out.
It's super devil's advocate here. Maybe there's no way to provide for the child other than this awful, awful thing.
There are many other ways. I don't care if... Okay, I don't like thieves, but even if you go out and steal money from people, it's better than telling your child that he has cancer when he doesn't.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just playing super devil's advocate.
See, for me, and this has always been like a very firm foundation in my moral code and moral fiber, is just common human decency. Is my overall theme. Like, if people that can't treat other people, if not with respect, at least just a common level of decency, like just acknowledge the person exists. You may not like them, you may not trust them, you may not do anything with them. If you at least have that, then other people will have that for you. People like this mother don't deserve that. They haven't given it to anyone. They don't deserve to have it reciprocated.
Definitely not.
And that... Oh man, I want to get on a soapbox here, but that is kind of like my number one just piss off Patrick moment. And it's just... Oh, it's so hard to just put in words. Like, I see red when stuff like this happens.
Which is actually very hilarious for you, because you can't normally see red.
Oh, yeah, because I'm colorblind. But normally, I'm not a very angry person, I want to say. Like, I'm jokingly mad, and, like, I'll over-exaggerate things, and, just kind of, like, dick around for the most part.
Yeah.
But it's that level of just I don't even know how to put it into words. Just blatant disregard for another person.
Lack of human decency.
Yeah.
This is when you do your shun thing, Mr. I don't have revenge tendencies.
I don't have revenge,
So
but
this
if
is your
I
shun.
if I could like build a rocket ship and put people in it, I would shun them all the way to the moon.
Not the Candy Mountain.
Fuck Candy Mountain.
Charlie. I've actually read a story of another, dumb criminal, and it's not even just the criminal, it's also the justice portion of this. This woman had her 6-month-old baby in the car seat on top of her car for 12 miles.
So Britney Spears.
And then
Just throwing back to that.
Yeah. But
years
then
ago?
I think even worse than that is that the justice that this woman got was probation. She only got probation. That woman, and she got to keep the child. That child should be taken from her, and she should go to jail.
You forgot to add also the car seat fell off.
Oh yeah, the car seat
vehicle.
fell off the car. Like,
Curiosity.
On top of that, she was being
How
chased
many
by
miles
officers.
till it fell off the car?
I believe it was 12.
So
So the child was able to stay on the car for 12 miles and then fell off.
that amazing, little example of friction.
Yeah. The child did survive.
People
I will say that.
are fucked. That's all there is to it. You're gonna have the bad people, and they make you appreciate the better people.
But the problem is there's so few good people nowadays. Or at least it seems like it. Because if you look at it, you look at the news, all we get are the bad people. We don't really see too much of the good.
Well, that's the news.
And, well, yeah, and I think that's something that definitely needs to be changed. We need to show more of the good in humanity than the bad. The news is just going for shock factor at this point. It's like, here's the worst of the worst. The news shouldn't be called the news. It's local news is the
Terror
worst,
time.
the worst shit that happened closest to you. World news, the worst shit that's happening other places. Because that's all it is now.
Well, that's what makes them their money, gets them their attention. That's all it really is. Yeah, it's a business, so it's not about making people happy. It's not it's not about making people upset. It's about making their money.
I think honestly they would make more money if they showed even 100% more of the good. Because you look at it, look at
two stories of good.
2 stories of good a night at least. You'd get more viewers. They would do so much better, and it would probably restore my faith in humanity. Because right now, no.
Yeah, keep it local.
If aliens came, invaded the Earth, and came to me and said, "It is your choice. Does humanity survive or not?" I would most likely choose not, because we are a plague of this Earth, and we need to reset.
If you can't tell by Catherine and I's silence, this is going to be a soapbox episode. We'll get to the funny eventually.
But on the note of the funny, I want to take this moment before Patrick does it. We're in a garage.
No,
This is not a magical place. This is a garage. There's been roaches. There's car in here. There's crappy tables.
Actually,
I thought
this
we
is
were
the
dining with the devil.
nope. This is the most magical place. We're in Hogwarts.
No.
That
Oh.
roach you saw was a polymorphed cup
what-
into an animal.
Someone must have put
That's
something
not
in my drink.
even polymorph. I'm going to put my nerd hat on here. That's transfiguration, bitch.
Ha! You know the spell, therefore we are in Hogwarts. You had to learn it somewhere.
No, I watched the movies and read the books.
Not to mention, Dark Mark. I
Garage.
am a Death Eater turned
And
good.
And just admitting it, you would now be instantly killed.
I am good. Just like Severus Snape turned good, I turned good, and I am now teaching at Hogwarts.
You're not teaching shit.
Yes, I am. I'm teaching the potions class.
If you can't tell by Catherine and I's silence, this is a nerd episode. We'll get to the funny soon.
Okay.
Booyah.
Where's your funny? By the way, still garage.
So, my funny is that we opened up on the podcast talking about the human shit of the planet, like the excrement. And I want to throw in my hat to the political campaign. That's right, I want to run for president, damn you. And I say that we get me as president strictly to pass the bitch had it coming law.
I will support your campaign under one condition. Can I be your running mate?
Absolutely. Why not? It'll get us votes. But just so that way no one jumps down my throat for saying bitch had it coming. It's not like, you deserve this. No, I didn't mean to cook it that way. I'm sorry, honey. Smack. It's not that type of bitch had it coming. It is the you have spilt hot coffee in your lap and want to sue the establishment for giving you hot coffee and not tell you, hey, this coffee might be hot. Bitch had it coming. You get absolutely no reward. You are at 100% fault. Fuck you. Die in a ditch.
Oh yes. On top of that, you can also go with the argument of, oh, I ate here and I got fat. It's your fault. No, you bought it. You shoved it down your nasty ass gullet. over and over and over
You're
again.
assuming all fat people are nasty.
No, the people that are suing these companies over making them fat are nasty.
For merely suing?
Yeah,
No,
pretty
it's
much.
these particular people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
These specific examples of people.
All right. So these myths are the reason.
That
Okay.
and when you get to describe someone's mouth as a gullet instead, it
Fair
portrays
enough.
a picture in the mind.
It does.
A little bit. Unhinged jaws. You know, don't judge me. That particular movie.
Yeah, it's not my fault I'm fat. McDonald's did this to me. Bitch, McDonald's made sandwiches. That's right, they're not even real burgers, they're sandwiches.
It reminds me of a guy I used to know. We called him the Gaping Maw. That's a story for another time.
Oh yeah, great. You know, cock tease the audience again, Scott.
Yeah.
We yelled at you. We tried to get him to fix it. He hasn't fixed it.
Fix it now.
We're slowly trying to form Scott into something that doesn't leave cock teasing messages on our podcasts, and also doesn't talk about grimy hobo fingers and bullet wounds and
I
knives.
don't think we're gonna fix
It's
that
not just a
part.
cock tease. It's a teaser. It's like you have teaser trailers. That's a teaser. Who is the Gaping Maw?
Who's gonna talk to you?
Like, who's gonna be like, "What's that teaser, Scott?" And you'll be like, "I will never
well, no.
tell."
Our listeners are going to be like, I wonder what the Gaping Maw is. I'll find out soon.
You'll have to tune into our podcast coming out later in May called Pods,
There you go.
Penitentiary of Deviant Supers.
Hey, we're actually talking about alternate content.
I know. It's going to be more than us doing this funny talk about fucked people in the world.
Yes, this is right. Okay.
What does that
We do
answer?
more of this, like right now? No? You're all glaring at me? Okay, never mind, I'll shut up.
Nope, nothing else gets explained, but there's more.
Oh,
Pods
so
would be
much
considered
more.
a skit podcast?
Skitcast?
Skitcast?
It's a skit comedy. It does star some of the Cog Talk hosts that we've had so far, like Amanda and Katherine, who is in here right now.
Hi.
Additionally, there will be some other voice actors that have been joining us from Arizona, and we will be opening auditions so that way more people can join. Why? Because pods are awesome.
I would like to say that on top of that, we also have another project coming soon. Almost Heroic. For you D&D fans, this one's for you.
Yes. Watch us as we stumble, blunder, and generally
Crit
trip
fail?
over ourselves. Yes, crit fail our way through one of Scott's wonderful campaigns.
Known
And-
as the World Siege.
Yep, and we are all dead. That's right, we're all screwed.
Yeah,
I'm screwed.
It's the
Josh,
end of
are
that
you screwed?
particular movie. Oh yeah.
Catherine, are you
Twice.
screwed?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all screwed.
I'm lucky. I'm the one doing the screwing.
Yeah. He will fuck us with the long dick of the DM.
It is not gentle, it is
Hashtag,
never
that
rude.
is our new tagline for Almost Heroic.
I like that.
I don't know if I can put that on iTunes.
It reaches deep.
It touched my soul.
Oh, that's great.
No, it's quite awful. These are horrible jokes.
Yes, we should be ashamed.
Yep.
My whole thing with getting back to the subject matter of becoming president, I think we should go back to the older days where
Wiser in the kitchen? What?
No.
I didn't say anything.
No,
Please don't hit me. I'm sorry, listeners.
Bring it. This is Pat talking. Bring it.
more of bringing of what Japan did and some of what America did, where if
Gave
you
meth to kamikaze pilots. I'm sorry, I'm going to jump in every single time. I just learned that fact today from Scott. It was amazing.
is if someone steals, like if you steal something small or something, they cut your finger off.
Ah!
If you steal something big that costs a lot, they cut your whole hand off.
Oh, that's still going on in the Middle East. If you steal something, they cut off a finger or a hand. If you slander or libel, they will rip out your tongue. And I believe if you rape, you will be castrated. And not chemically.
And see, like, some of those I agree with, but I think that there just needs to be, like, that big guy in everyone's neighborhood that knows everyone. Like the older days, where it's like, you knew that if you were a dick, in general, that someone bigger than you would fuck you up.
Oh.
We need, we just,
Oh, so
If
we
the-
need accountability.
Exactly. Like if the NSA, instead of listening to our conversations and our wonderful podcasts, would just send out someone to just hang out with us, and every time we did wrong, this person beat the shit out of us,
Oh,
we would have like Pleasantville world. Like all of us would be making the baskets at the same time. You know, we'd all be like dancing to that new craze rock and roll.
no.
Yeah, I just.
Josh's mind is breaking.
No. You're all so wrong. It's so bad.
I personally feel if we
wrong.
have
I disagree.
punishments like that, it'll make the U.S. a little bit better.
Now I have to say this, even though it would be hilarious to see in a movie, in practice, it would make life completely horrible.
Oh yeah, because
it
it
would
would
not
be a gratuitous abuse of power, but just like do it for one day. Just have one guy like that just roams around your city and is like, "Hey, I heard that you were acting like a little shit in the store. Is that true, Billy?" And Billy looks up with big watery eyes like, "Yes." And that man takes Billy and just throws him on the roof. And when you figure out to get off the roof and stop acting like a little shit, you can join your family.
So, like the cigarette company, get them while they're young.
Yeah, even though.
Oh yeah, that's what we just need to do. Is just start shaking children. Like, stop doing that.
Oh dear God, please stop being afraid to punish your children.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Let me get you whatever the fuck you want. Fuck that shit. Stop being a sissy little cunt and punish your damn kids.
No,
There are
this is
degrees.
explicit.
There's a difference between like the punishing, so that has to be taken into account.
Well, no, okay, yes. Don't beat your
encourage-
kids with
yeah.
sacks of oranges. I'm talking about
That is an oddly specific example, Scott.
Scott, is there something you want to tell us?
Is that another teaser, or do you have a story?
No, there's nothing I want to say. Nothing
Are you
I want
sure?
to say. Nothing I want to say.
You know, we're here to help you.
It's just.
No.
Yeah, we'll talk through your
No,
pain
well,
and laugh at the same
no,
time.
but
But
it-
we'll talk through your pain with you.
When it comes down to honestly, as a child, when I acted up, my grandfather took a belt to my rear end, and I never did that again. I never did that. I didn't do anything close to it. If I messed up again doing something else, I get the belt again. I think I got the belt 3 times as a kid. It took me three whoopings to learn not to mess up, and it worked.
Are you sure you learned not to mess up or not get caught, hobo fingers?
If it's not illegal if you don't get caught. It didn't happen if you don't get caught. If nobody knows about it. No, when it comes right down to it, you just don't.
If any police are looking for an unidentified black male, he's sitting across from me.
Okay, so you just spoke to every police officer in the world.
Thank you. In other
I
news,
guarantee
we
you I
need a
haven't-
third co-host, so if anyone's looking for a job,
I guarantee you I haven't done anything illegal in I don't know how many
don't
minutes.
give a date. Don't give a date. Catherine, say something.
My whole thing with
Forever in a week. How about that?
punishment with parents punishing their children is people are still trying the soap thing and it doesn't work. It's just
They did on me.
You know what works with the
Yeah.
soap thing? Liquid soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of that dish detergent.
And then have them drink either Kool-Aid or orange juice right after.
my parents never did that.
It coats out the soap will coat out the sweet receptors so that when you take that onto your tongue, it is bitter and nasty as hell.
I don't know why you know this.
Because I had
yeah.
my mouth washed out with soap and I tried to rinse it out with Kool-Aid.
Yeah, soap.
To be honest, I don't think any of us really should be giving parenting advice, as none of us are actually parents.
No, this is all opinions of the
oh
non-parents.
yeah, it's just like dark opinions, though.
Don't
I
be
got-
afraid to whoop your children. That is not a dark opinion.
Yet again, at the 20-minute mark, I'm going to remind you that we will get to the funny soon.
I think some of this stuff is funny.
Beating children with
With-
sacks of oranges.
Yes, sacks of oranges, funny,
No.
and terror to speak about it makes it funnier.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll stop with that.
You concede?
I concede.
You better,
Yes.
because I've
We're
got a sack
winning.
of oranges here.
Are we gonna
But
make
yeah,
orange
soap
juice?
never worked for me. Like, my dad, Demon, pulled the belt. He used full force of his hand to wear until my butt was fully red.
Sorry, I went to a weird place.
You too?
Do not elaborate.
Well, I kind of want to. Can
No, I went to a level of like awkwardness.
Yeah, don't.
So, transition. Hey, does talking about butts being red get your product sold? I think it does. This is your place where this could be your product, your business, your website right here. Stop looking at me like you're going to say something, Scott. I'm plugging.
You
So-
messed up. You stopped.
You son of a bitch. That was a tactic. That was a tactic, and I fucking hate you.
But I actually do have something to say here as kind of a plug. There is a Twitch streamer known as Reno Gaming Crew. He is an amazing streamer. Just got started. He's already at over 100 viewers in followers in 2 days, which is amazing growth rate. He streams Pokemon X and Y, and the reason he is so good is he is handing out shinies. Everybody likes him because you want a shiny Pokemon, you go to him and he will give it to you for no cost. You don't even have to follow him. No subscription, no nothing. So if you have the time, you have twitch.tv, check out Reno Gaming Crew and throw him a follow. He's a really amazing guy.
And let him know that Cogstop sent you.
Yes.
Yes.
Specifically say that Cogstop sent you. He
And
will
you
know.
want that shiny.
Oh, yeah.
And you deserve that shiny.
Shiny, nearly anything, not the legendaries from the new one. X and Y. There's still a lock on those, but anything, literally anything else. I think that's 700 and what?
18.
718 other Pokemon that you can get.
Oh, no, then otherwise it's like 750.
First of all,
715.
I'm going to stop you right there. Because my Pokemon only has 151, and none of them are shiny.
Then you're doing it wrong.
I'm doing it right.
Oh,
I am
let's watch
kicking it
someone-
old school.
Yeah, their little hipster hat over there. Yeah.
Hipster hat? No. It's why do I need 782 fucking characters?
Why not?
Why so?
Well, then how about we go back to Mortal Kombat where there are only 10 characters? How about that? Where we don't have all the others, or Marvel vs. Capcom where you only have 10 characters instead of our great list of fighters.
First of all, 32 different fighters in a game is way different than 782 fucking little chibi things that look like there's a garbage one.
There's
That's your
one that
big
looks like a gel key ring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Child's Keyring. Klefki.
Yeah, to be honest, it's Pokemon is not the same thing it was, because now there's this breeding where you can give moves to the level ones that you make, and that they would not have through a bunch of complicated pathways in order to get it to the one you want to have, so it has the right combo. So you
Pokemon
can
has
beat
become more strategic than it is just power.
That's great. Their names have become absolutely retarded. Because right now in the room I see Mike Mon, Phone Mon, Pepsi Max Mon, Taco Mom, Amanda Mom. What was that kid's name that you wanted on the Twitch TV?
Reno.
Reno Mon.
That's Digimon.
Yeah,
Everything
I'm thinking
ends in
Digimon
Mon.
now.
Nope, too bad.
No, that's not how it works.
It's how it works.
Name
Fine.
5 actual Pokemon with the name Mon at the end of their names.
no,
sure,
no,
you-
they can have it in the name.
You can
In the name. Okay,
you
yeah,
can
in
have Mike Mon, you can have Pepsi Max Mon, you
No,
can
no,
have Amanda Mon.
actual.
Actual ones. Hey, and you have 718 to pick from. Can you find them?
No, I have not caught any of them.
I'll tell you what, whoever can give me 5 Pokemon out of the 718 that have Mon in their name somewhere, I will give you a shiny of your choice.
That is.
Oh, that's going to take some dedication from you, sir.
It will.
Yeah.
Reno, I need a shiny blah blah blah.
Pretty much. It's getting him work, getting him out there.
You know, I forgot to mention Hookah Mon. We have a Hookah right here.
We do.
So, Hookah Mon. There you go.
So you're telling us we suck on a Pokemon? Yeah. See, that's why your plan falls apart.
I don't care. I'm going to be a crotchety old bastard.
Okay, you know what though? I went to a restaurant in X and they served me seared slowpoke tail. So we're already eating them.
Well, that's different.
You eat the Pokemon?
Yes.
This game has been bastardized from what I played.
Oh yeah, people don't understand that in the original Japanese Pokemon anime, the Pokemon don't faint, they die. In the original game, in Lavender Town, the Marowak ghost was killed by Team Rocket.
Like, if you watch the Japanese version of when X
Origins.
and Y... when Origins came out, if you watch the Japanese one, the Pokemon are screaming and
Oh, what was
bloody
it? Was
pain.
Charmander
was Charmander was being bit by something, and he was literally screaming, "Ah! Ah!"
Yeah, nice little subtitles for it too.
Dark.
But the thing is that if you go to the English version, there's no screaming at all. They cut that part out. They cut the blood and everything.
And you know why? Because American children don't know how to, or American children aren't being punished anymore. They're a bunch of little sissies.
I think that would horribly screw up a child to see like their favorite Pokemon being eaten alive.
The Japanese seem to be doing pretty well.
It's
They're
Japan.
throwing themselves in front of subway cars.
That's not an accurate statement to say they're doing well. They advance in technology. They come out with a lot of great content.
But the children are crazy smart. Yes, they commit suicide a lot because of the intense pressure imposed on them by their families, but the ones that make it.
That's I hate to say it. That's known as
sorry, I've done
natural
dark again.
selection.
See, in my mind,
They're breeding.
right now I'm going to a happier place than Charmander being eaten alive. And I'm just thinking of the, there's a whole website, and I can't remember it off the back of my hand. I'm losing my train of thought as I speak. But all it is
been a long day.
it's English done Brock. And it's about how they messed up his translations because they didn't think that kids in America would know what rice balls were.
Yeah.
And so they just mention it as donuts. So every time that Brock holds up a rice ball in the American Pokemon, he'll go, donuts! And it's like, even though there's like signs everywhere that are like rice balls, and they obviously look like rice balls.
Yeah.
Someone took my donuts.
So now I'm just picturing like Charmander being like eaten alive by like an Ekans and slowly swallowed. And as it's screaming, they just have this they just totally dub that out, and it's just, donuts, Charmander, donuts, Charmander.
Muffled noise of donuts.
Pat, I know you're not a big Pokemon fan, but I would suggest watching the Japanese version of Origins. It is amazing.
Absolutely not. It sounds horrific. Like, if I want to see, like, fucked up shit like that, I'll go watch, like, Akira again. I'll go watch, like, teddy bears being, like, cut in half and him growing into a giant blob and, like, that guy screaming, Tatsuo! I'll go watch that instead of watching my childhood get raped.
But then he becomes everything.
And then it becomes nothing.
That too.
Rocket launchers have that effect. So,
No, it goes back to the beginning of time.
happier times. Happy, 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 happy. Ha, 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 ha. Sorry, it's Derek Zoolander. So, I gotta mention, we've been in some talks on our Twitter with some different hookah brands, and I figured that we needed to start talking about our hookah more because I love it.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
So, right now, our hookah setup for those smoking aficionados out there is we have a nice, I believe it's a Faro vase with a single hose, 8 or 7 foot, with a vortex bowl. Our preferred brand is Starbuzz, so if anyone's feeling really special and wants to send us some Starbuzz to smoke on the air, we will give you a shout out and a personal thank you. You can contact me directly at patrick.cogstop@gmail.com, and I will share it with no one.
At which point
Greedy.
you contact me at scott.cogstop.gmail@gmail.com. Too many dots.
There's
Email shouldn't have
one.
them. There's two.
Other than the .com, which
Yeah, there's
should
too
be
many.
like the most basic thing because it's the end.
Scott.cogstop@gmail.com, and you can send me some, and I will share it with my wife.
Who is Catherine.cogstop@gmail.com.
There's a theme here.
And if you have any complaints, gripes, general bitching, please send it to josh.cogstop@gmail.com.
I will attend to it with all the sympathy that I have, which is none.
He will ignore you.
No, I will acknowledge it. Because we all know I'm a tactful bastard.
Oh yeah, you've got a tack bucket. You've got a tacked bucket that is about 1 centimeter deep.
If that.
It's shallow like a spoon. Anyways.
The level of tact that you sometimes have is absolutely brilliant. And it's a level of innate dickery that I wish that I can one day ascend to. Where it's like, I wish I could say what Josh just said off cuff without realizing or caring that I've offended someone.
It's the worst thing because it's not as amazing as you think because it just goes bleh out my mouth. It's still one of my best and worst. Someone wanted to go to a party. They were looking for suggestions. There was a dress-up party as famous people. Meh was given the suggestion by me, completely without malice, to dress as Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh my god.
It is one of my best and one of my worst because I no longer have this friend.
Duh, you just called him Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes. I do have many more, but I choose not to remember them.
You blissfully put them away like, I'm never going to remember this.
Yes.
I'm just going to replace this with images of me being beaten with sacks of oranges.
I really try now, but unfortunately there's just days where it gets past.
Your give a damn's broken?
Yeah, a little bit. Because people are fucked.
So back to hookahs.
Yes, back to hookah.
My ultimate favorite brand of hookahs is the Phantoms.
The Phantoms are quite nice.
Yes, we have a Phantom at home that we call Black Beauty. It's this gorgeous frosted black vase with a black steel neck. And we actually have a Phantom hose, which is right there in front of me.
Which is surprisingly not black, except for the electrical tape holding it together.
Yeah, well, it was purchased separate from the hookah. It's a perfect gaming hose because the
It's
handle
12
of it
inches
is
long,
at least
fits
12
in your
inches.
mouth.
Oh, yeah. It's perfect. Phantom knows what they're doing when they make it. I can't say too much about anything, about like Mayan or Maya. I've never smoked a Maya hookah as far as I know. I mean, that one's not a Maya. Is your two hose a Maya?
It might be. I don't know. I won it off a raffle, and it's because I completely, like, people are shit. I'm shit when it comes to statistics. There's a raffle, and I bought half the tickets, knowing that it was only still 1/8 of the price of the actual hookah. And so I pretty much bought the raffle.
Nice.
So I'm sorry to the other, like, 10 people that purchased tickets. I totally dicked you by buying 10 tickets.
The one bowl that I really badly want to get for our hookah is the apple bowl.
The apple on top.
Oh, yes.
The apple on top
The
bowl.
$60 silicone and stainless steel.
Oh, but it'll be worth it because
Oh, yeah.
it cooks smoothly.
See, Silver Cube billiards are personal favorite.
Billiards.
Shut your face.
If you're going to talk about them, you say their name right.
Silver Cube Billiards.
So Silver Cube uses the apple on top bowl, and it is the best investment that they've ever made on the customer side because that thing will make your hookah go for 2 to 3 hours.
And that's with even
That's with
4
multiple-
smokers.
Multiple
When
people.
normally with a regular bowl, like with our whole group smoking on it, it is done within an hour.
I really appreciate that we do have the explicit tag. I just realized that this podcast so far has been, hey kids, people are fucked. Get cancer.
And avoid oranges.
And avoid oranges.
No, not oranges individually, in bags.
Yes.
Specifically sacks. Sacks of oranges. So I want to mention that this is currently my primary job, which is sad. But
It's mine too.
I think that we all have funny stories from our previous job, besides Scotty Boy here being attacked by a cockroach on our last session, because, let's face it, pest control is overrated. We'll just let them attract to Scott, and Scott will deal with them.
That'll be a teaser for Almost Heroic.
Yep. Side quests.
I want to pull you back because there's one thing I wanted to say. You say Starbuzz is the brand. I will never love Starbuzz as much as I love Alfacher when it comes to
I
shisha.
love Fumari.
When it comes to mints, I'm with you on it. Alfacher mint is the best mint I have ever smoked.
Best mixing
Like-
shisha, in my opinion. The base flavors are perfect for it.
Are you talking like fluffer shisha?
No, just mixing and be able to craft your own flavors and figure out what you want.
Yeah.
If I could compare them, Alfacher is more like sodas and mixers. So that's like your, taking big red club soda and mixing in Bacardi Zombie and figuring out that that's fucking delicious. Or from one of our tweets, we were recommended to take Mountain Dew Mountain Dew Voltage and mix it with coconut rum, which I'm going to do soon because that sounds fucking amazing.
Sounds
I don't
delicious.
like the taste of coconut, but I'm willing to try that.
Another thing. Starbuzz is more like straight up beer. Like, you don't need to mess with Starbuzz. You can take any Starbuzz, throw it in a bowl. It tastes delicious, except for UFO. I'm sorry, that tastes like Dawn soap.
Yeah.
Does that make Fumari like a nice aged scotch?
Exactly. Fumari's like a 50-year aged scotch. Like, they are so delicious, so smoky. In my opinion, I don't like the price that I see for Fumari, but it's a delicacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a specialty. It's like I'm gonna splurge and I'm gonna get I'm gonna get some Fumari.
So when
Especially
you,
white gummy.
Oh yeah.
I honestly wish we could get like a bigger thing of Fumari instead of that little thing in a bag.
Yeah. Right now, all we as consumers can get for Fumari are I think it's 100 gram bags.
Yep.
I would like to see a 250
could you
as the
handle
standard.
it? Could you handle that much Fumari?
That much chai tea Fumari, hell yeah! The spiced chai
Oh.
is amazing.
It is.
That's my
As
choice.
long
If I
as you
if
plan on never making anything else until you wash it, because that will
that'll
there.
stay in there.
Yeah.
But that's how you know it's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in the end, when it comes to shisha, it's your preference.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Are you a beer, mixed drink, or are you?
Are you wine? Are you?
Yeah.
I'm definitely a beer person, but I'm willing to try. So if you got your brand of shisha that you want us to try and review, we will love you. Like that's not even the shout out. We will hug you when we see you.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, back to the job subject.
So I think that we've all had either funny or stupid things that have happened to us on our previous jobs. I know that there's been some real dick moments that have happened. I've heard our stories. But what are some of like your comedy gems from the workplace? Because we all, people are listening to this while they're at work. They're trying to escape their day. Let's tell them about, our stupid moments or our stupid coworkers, which is definitely mine, and brighten their day. Let them know, like, hey, you work, it sucks, but it could suck more. You could not be listening to us.
Our personal moments, or can we also do like customers?
Let's go with customers, like, and an open firing range. Anyone's a target.
I got a great one. And it's my favorite from not the last job I had, but the job before that. I don't wish to speak about, say the name because it didn't end well.
But what service was it? Was it like
It was
food
customer
service?
service.
Customer.
It was electronics customer service. We
Okay.
could say. We had these two gentlemen walk into our store, and they were just shopping around for games. There you go. And I walked up to them and I was like, "Hey, is there anything that I can get for you?" They're like, "No, we're just looking around right now." Okay, I went back to the counter, and they were looking at the music devices, the iDevice case, basically. And I'm watching them, and I hear a loud clang. And their heads kind of popped up, they swiveled, and walked right out. I walk over to the case, and I see a rock on the ground in front of the case, and a little scratch in the corner. And I'm just thinking, they tried to smash the window of the case with a rock to steal things and run out.
Aren't most of those cases made out of like plexiglass or something that's high resistance?
Normally, the funny thing is, this was regular glass, and the rock wasn't small. It was a nice, like, baseball or racquetball-sized rock.
So they were like one of those guys that thought like, oh, I can break a car window, no problem. And they like bashed their elbow against it. Like I've been watching YouTube videos about people fucking up all day. It makes me feel so much better as a person.
Oh yeah, but like by standard means, the sliding door should have broken. So I watched them walk out, and there was another store of our brand literally across the street. And I watched as they were walking that way. So I called the other store. I was like, hey, watch out for these two guys. This is what they look like. They just tried to break into our iDevice case. Best part is there was a cop in that store. Just, making his rounds. They walk into the stores, make sure everything's okay. And they told him, and the cop, as soon as they walked in, walked right up to him. I need you guys to come with me.
Oh. See, the dumbest part about that story is that you have the Starbucks across the street from the Starbucks effect.
Yeah.
Like, that's the dumbest part. Those guys are, like, idiots, but the dumbest thing is someone went, wow, we have one of our stores on the northeast corner. Let's put one on the southeast corner, too.
And the funny thing is, they're both still there, and I think it's been like that for 10 years now.
Absolutely
So
stupid.
that would fall under the bitch had it coming law.
Yes. Bitch had it coming. Like, if they got pelted with rocks, bitch had it coming. If they broke their wrist trying to open that case, bitch had it coming. They get nothing.
I love my story. I was 16 years old working at Walmart, and this guy seemed a little intoxicated when he came in, and he asked me if he could use my ID so he could buy some liquor. And I see him with a cart. And it's obviously he's trying to hide some stuff. There's blankets and things hidden in bags, and then blankets over top. And I got a little peek, and there was, of course, liquor in there. So I go, no, it's okay. You can stay here. Go ahead and purchase your stuff. He goes, I'm just kidding. I was just messing around. I'm like, no. Go ahead and purchase your stuff. Go to a manager. Let them know. I get back from my break. He approaches me and puts his head nearly into my cleavage to read my name tag. He's like, what's your name? I'm like, it's Katherine, sir. He goes, okay, well, I'm selling you, I'm suing you and this company. I'm like, okay, have a nice day.
What
And
are
he
you trying
storms
to
out.
sue you for?
Because I refused to he got refused to be able to be given service because he was intoxicated on top of trying to buy alcohol.
All right, for anybody that doesn't know, Arizona is a right to serve state.
Right to serve anything, state.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I gotta rewind that story a bit. Did he ask you for your ID?
My ID.
How much did 16-year-old Catherine look like an intoxicated adult?
I don't know.
Was the resemblance
When-
even ever even close?
I know since I was 12 till I was about the age 17, people mistaken me a couple years older than what I really was. So when I was 12, people thought I was 15.
So like you walked into a geometry class and they're like, man, there looks like there's an intoxicated man here. What are you doing in this class, sir? And you're like, I'm actually 15 and I'm a girl. And I'm sober.
I think you misunderstood her story a little bit.
Was the guy not asking for her ID?
The guy was asking.
Yeah, he asked to use my ID.
The drunk man was asking her for her ID. As an employee, her name tag.
Oh.
Yeah, he asked for
Her
my name.
ID.
Yeah,
Okay.
The way
My
you said it,
name.
it sounded like he
Oh.
was asking
I
you
thought
if
that
could
he was
use
trying to-
your driver's
No, no.
license
No,
to buy the liquor.
No.
That's where my mind went.
He actually did.
Oh, God.
When he came in, he asked to use my driver's license to buy liquor. And then when I went and told the manager, he knew it was me, and he hunted me down and got really close to my name tag, which was right here at the top of my right breast. And he asked for my name and said he was going to sue me and the company.
So, Josh,
First off,
what was I?
What was I?
What was I? Was I right?
You were wrong.
And that makes you...
Right.
No, it makes you wrong.
You were wrong and I was right.
No, I was right and you were wrong.
You were wrong and I was
you're both right. Shut up.
Absolutely not. He was wrong in that situation.
Okay, children.
No, because he said
Fuck
that
you. I'm in Hogwarts. I'm having fun.
garage.
Josh, story.
Alright. It was my job before my last one. And it didn't happen to me. It happened to one of the people I happened to be working with. Now, in this particular building, they have these nice little electric carts that people shouldn't have.
Oh, are you talking about, like... I know that some people legitimately need some carts,
Some people should.
but most of the time it's just, like, really, really
There's these-
fat people.
No,
Where
Like
it
coming-
rolls
sewers?
over the seat.
Like, coming from a fat guy, like,
The
these people are fat.
The people that sue McDonald's.
no, I mean in the sense that there should be some kind of course in order to allow people to do this.
Oh, like they don't understand the buttons?
They don't understand to control how fast these things can actually go on a
Oh,
full
God.
charge. Now, when I was doing this job, we stood behind these little carts, and that was it. We had no real protection from these people, and it didn't happen just once, twice, or 3 times. It happened about 6 times in my tenure there. And that is, they decide to lose control because they can't handle that much power in a little electric cart. And
Like the whole 9-volt battery it's running off of?
yeah, and cripple old ladies.
Oh my god, that went way worse than I thought it was going to go.
We had several people have to go to the hospital because I worked with a bunch of older women at the time in this particular field. And they would get hit by these people who couldn't control their carts, and somehow, instead of following the line, because we're not even out in the aisle, they make a beeline for their legs and just run them over.
Good god. Why isn't there videos of this?
I'm sure they're somewhere.
Somewhere, I'm sure.
We gotta look it up
Especially-
someday, or somebody
but they're
should.
probably involved in court cases.
Somebody should look this up
See,
for us.
Now that's a right to sue incident where
Oh,
you
yeah.
are at your job and some asshole comes on like a stripped down rascal and cripples you.
Crippling's an exaggeration, but these are old women, so they're probably like broken hips.
Oh no,
and
like a
stuff.
box of cereal can kill an old woman. Don't ask me why I know that.
Why do you know
what I
that,
have
Pat?
Because
to.
Lucky Charms aren't that lucky.
Okay. My curiosity's done.
They may not be that lucky, but they sure as
I'll
hell are
fold up.
tasty.
They're magically delicious.
Oh yes.
There you go.
But yeah, it was the weirdest thing because it shouldn't happen. You can control where you go, and if you release the little electric gas pedal, the cart slows down, and there's even a brake. It's not that complicated of a device, but apparently people should have a certification.
Well, isn't there like, and this is just me from working at grocery stores, isn't there like an inherent brake too? Like they don't glide. Like if you let go of the gas, it automatically goes like, I should slow the fuck down.
Well, also, if you're not sitting in it, it won't.
Yeah, but you have someone who shouldn't be operating this panicking. They're just going to squeeze that much tighter, I guess, in the hopes they don't fall off and
there's-
fall to their
Isn't the
side.
brake a handbrake?
Yeah.
So if you squeeze the handbrake, it should stop you.
Yes, but that's also an accelerator on the other
Here's-
side.
Here's the thing: is
So you
that
should just spin the tires.
You would think, but no.
Oh.
here's the thing: is that
I lost a lot of
most
grandmas
of
at that job.
most
That is, I like how Catherine's been trying to talk this whole time, but
God
I
dang
lost
it.
a lot of grandmas at this job. It's just the one that killed her finally.
my whole thing is they come with instructions.
Who reads?
They have instructions on them. This
reads?
one's brake. This one's, huh?
That's assuming that people read.
Yeah.
It's America.
America.
Exactly.
You
No
made a case against yourself with that statement.
Yeah. And the
But
horrible
it's still,
thing.
it's like people try to sue over those things. It's like, well, the instructions were right there.
I lost control. It's not my fault. Yes, it is. You panicked and held the accelerator.
There was plenty of time to react. You were going 5 miles an hour at best.
And how
That's
did you
still a
manage
good
to
clip
run
for
over an
the
old
average human.
woman with that thing?
Mr. President, bitch deserved it.
Bitch had it coming. Not the chick that got run over.
No.
Grandma, she deserves better.
Oh yes.
She deserves not to be working.
A bag
there.
of oranges?
No.
No.
But oranges
Wow.
are delicious.
Why would you hit your
I was
grandma
saying
with a
giving
bag of
her
oranges?
a bag of oranges.
Well, that's
She
true.
took-
She said bag, not sack.
Okay.
Yeah, you get bags of oranges as presents. You get sacks of oranges as
Jeez,
punishment.
guys, listen to what I'm saying.
Sorry.
So-
Woman in the room, not paying attention.
Wow.
As I've let the podcast listeners know in the past, I used to work with children. And these children weren't of the best mental facilities sometimes. But there is a certain level of common sense that you forget that some people are not taught. My key example of this is story starts off bad enough, kid shits its pants.
Oh,
That's already an awful day.
yeah.
And I'm the one, because I'm a male staff member out of a very limited male staff member facility, where I had to take this kid, bring him to the restroom, let him change out into his backup pants, because he does this enough where he had backup pants, and bring him back out with the soiled pants, that way we can send them home. Well, this kid comes out as if he is a Rockefeller, because he's wearing his new cool orange shorts, and he has his crapped-in underwear in his hand.
Uh-huh.
He comes out of this bathroom swinging it like a cane. He is just windmilling this shitty underwear. It gets worse. I'm not finished.
That's not worse. This is getting better.
So,
You?
as this kid comes, just windmilling this thing, I have to look at him and tell him, in layman's terms, don't swing your shitty underwear. I say it a lot kinder. I say, you shouldn't swing your underwear. You might have something happen. And he goes, oh, okay, and stop swinging it. But as soon as we get around the corner, he sees a group of people. And for some reason, he gets the thing of like, oh yeah, I'm Rockefeller, bitch.
Wait, this group of people, were they teachers?
They were
kids?
other peers.
You know what? I think we have to discuss what a Rockefeller is.
A Rockefeller was a rich, monopoly-owning family that just were the highlights. So,
Like the
the 50s. Okay, fine. He was walking around like a Kardashian. Would
There
be
we
the
go.
equivalent.
Okay.
He had his fat ass, and people were afraid of her. Anyway, so he sees his peers, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm a Rockefeller. I'm a Kardashian. I am a Hilton. I don't care what the fuck you want. He thought he was hot shit, and instead of being hot shit, he decided to swing that underwear again, and he took hot shit in his own face.
That's so awful.
It was the most awful thing I've seen a child do. And this is a litany of things that I've seen awful things for.
I'm so...
Like, this job was absolutely, like, the most unbearable thing. It was just sometimes just for the children being like, you shouldn't do this. Why haven't your parents taught you this? And I will be fair, it was primarily the parents' fault, because the parents were fucked up people. Full circle. That's right. End of the podcast coming full circle. And they never taught him, if you shit in your pants, don't swing your pants.
How do you teach that lesson without the situation arising?
What you do is the first time that they poo, you go, that stays in the toilet.
The first time they poo, it's not in the toilet.
First time they poo in the I don't know about you, Josh.
When
I
they're
was
being
way more
potty
advanced.
trained,
I
Tom
had
Yes,
that
when-
for
when-
time.
when
they're
the toilet.
when they're being potty trained, this stays in the toilet. You don't throw this at people.
we're not
that seems
monkeys.
even weird to give them the idea, because as a child, you say not to do something, that begs the question why.
Are we not primates? Primates.
Primates is a
So
Primates.
wait a
Pokemon.
minute. That
Primates?
gives us an
Yeah,
excuse.
primates.
Okay, are we not primates?
You got Pokemon on the
Fecal,
brain.
do.
fling-in bastards we are.
You
And
guys can
then
never let me talk.
Oh,
I'm
you're
sorry.
here?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say.
I mean, really, go.
as I beat the crap out of my husband.
It's okay. Bitch had it coming.
Bitch had it coming.
I was gonna say, so that gives us the right to throw shit at people, our own feces at people, because
no.
we were originally monkeys.
Is it that? No.
No, being primates, it's one of those savage instincts, but we are civilized. Therefore, we do not.
Yeah, it's because of our culture that we don't swing shit around in our underwear, not common sense. It's
we
totally
understand
a
there's
cultural thing.
diseases and, that kid probably had pink eye. All that stuff.
I honestly can't remember.
Every time you tell a story about your teaching days, my mind always goes back to Mr. Tracy.
We will probably do a YouTube series of Mr. Tracy.
Yes.
We were conversating about that. So if you have any dumb questions, please send them to us. I will answer them on YouTube as the most asshole teacher you have ever met in your life.
It'll definitely be worth it.
And on that note, I think that it's about time to wrap up. I don't think that we can ascend higher on the mountain than kid smacking himself in the face with shitty underwear. We started off with people are fucked up. We ended up with shit in your face. We're classy like that. So, I'm Patrick Tracy.
I'm Scott Newbill.
I'm Katherine Newbill.
What? Oh, I'm Josh.
Yeah, way to play coy at the end. You know what? I hope you get shit in your face. Take care, everyone. For more episodes, updates, and other projects, check us out at cogstopproductions.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Cogstop Productions and follow us on Twitter at cog_stop.